morning, everyone. We're doing live from the phone this morning, so I'm gonna make sure that everything's working well before we actually start moving today. So bear with me for a minute. Alrighty. I'll give everyone a minute to find their space. Go ahead and grab any props that you might need. We're not going to do anything too intense today. So if you'd like to grab a block or block substitute, definitely do so. It looks like we're a little off center, so bear with me here while I fix my camera. All right. I think that's going to give us a little bit better of an angle. This whole thing is just super new to me and all of the yogis that you're tuning in with this week. So thanks for bearing with us all. I know I'm a little crooked right now, but we're working with it. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Hello, beautiful yogis. Welcome to our Wednesday morning all levels flow. This will be a 60-minute flow with a good flowy portion. I know I've used the word flow a lot, but we're going to use breath to motion for a lot of the practice today, transitioning with the breath. And with this idea of transitioning with the breath, I'd like to invite you all to use your full breath to motion. So you hear yoga teachers say that all the time. Use your full breath to motion. But usually because we're talking and we're guiding during that time, it's hard to elaborate on what we mean. So full breath to motion means that when your breath stops, your motion stops. So for example, if I were to say, full breath to motion, inhale your hands above your head, I'd be inhaling until my motion stops here. And then on the exhale, my hands would start to move again. And my breath would stop as my fingertips touch the ground. So we're going to try and practice that today. So before we get started, let's go ahead and find that comfortable seat unless you're already there, getting any wiggles or wobbles out of your spine. We might want to block for this practice. So if you're just tuning in and need a block still, definitely put me on pause for a minute and go grab a block, book, pillow, blanket, or anything that you need to substitute with. We'll find some free spinal motion here for a couple more breaths, getting any kinks out of the neck, out of the spine. And on your next exhale, settle into stillness. Inhale to reach your shoulders up towards your ears. Really get a tight, tense area there. And exhale to melt your shoulders back and down through your spine. Today, in the effort to balance ourselves, let's place one palm face up, one palm face down on our lap. And begin to feel your breath here. Simply noticing where you feel the breath filling up into your body. Maybe it's into your chest, maybe it's into your belly. And feeling that exhalation begin to shrink that same area of your body. Tuning into the physical aspect of the breath as you breathe in, feeling that area expand. And breathe out, feeling that area slightly compress. Allow yourself to try and connect the bottom of your exhalation with the bottom of your inhalation. So rather than exhaling everything out and letting your stomach, letting all of your muscles relax between the breath, try and keep all of your breathing muscles activated to bring in something called a tantric breath, where the beginning is connected to the end and the end is connected to the beginning. There is no break for our muscles. in between the inhalation and the exhalation. We tend to let go of our breath at the bottom of the exhalation, but don't let yourself. Keep those muscles contracting and expanding. We oftentimes think of breath as a primal, easy thing. But then when we get into our yoga practice, we realize how much effort we can put behind our breath. This breath is also known as our life force energy with the yoga tradition. And it also controls our energy centers. Today we're going to focus on the solar plexus energy center. We did so last week too. Reason being is because when we are balanced in this fiery center within ourselves, we allow ourselves to act passionately but with balance. We allow ourselves to act with ease but much reverence. We find more complete balance between action and unaction when we have a balance in this core, this solar plexus, this Manipura chakra. So if you're not already doing so, begin to focus your attention on your belly button area. Maybe that's already where your breath was and your attention is already there. If not, begin to drop your breath down into your belly and begin to watch your breath in your third eye center, coming into the more ethereal part of the breath from the physical. Feeling each breath stoke this inner fire as you exhale. Almost like one of those fireplace fans that almost looks like an accordion. That's what your stomach's doing right now to this inner flame. And as this inner flame gets stoked more, I'd love to start the practice off with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. The self is a friend for him who masters himself by the self. But for him who is not self-mastered, the self is the cruelest foe. Let yourself sit with that quote and perhaps begin to integrate it into your breath, drawing it deep within yourself with a capital S. And on the next inhale, lift the hands above the head, gaze turns up, your eyes may open here. Exhale to drop your fingertips down to the ground, let your chin tuck in towards your chest. Inhale to raise your gaze, raise your hands, fingertips touch above your head. Exhale to draw your fingertips towards the ground, chin towards the chest. One more inhale to reach high, gaze high. And exhale to drop your fingertips to the ground, draw your chin in towards your chest, and stay down through your chin. Inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, roll your chin to chest. Inhale, roll left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, roll your chin to chest. Keep it going. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. One more time on each side, nice and slow. Work with your breath here. Remembering that full breath to motion is very helpful in our practice. And it also helps us keep that tantric breath going. Let your head drop down to center again here. And inhale to reach your hands up high with that chin still down. Interlace your fingers and drape your interlaced fingers along the nape of your neck, letting your elbows traction slightly down. Now it's important here to keep a lift through your chest and let this just open the very top of your spine, that neck area, very gently here. Take one more breath. Inhale to reach your hands high, gaze turns high. And exhale, bring your right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you for an easy seated twist. Bring that left hand as close to your seat as needed to get a nice lift through your heart. And take an inhale to lift your heart energetically. Exhale to gaze behind you and drop deeper into your twist. Take it for one more breath just like this. This passive variation. And inhale to lift your hands above your head. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Right hand behind you, left hand to right thigh. Inhale to straighten out your spine. And exhale to deepen into your twist. Maybe even gazing off behind you, allowing the twist to get all the way into your cervical spine, that very top part of it. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale to reach your hands above your head, gaze turns up. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center like you mean it. Press those palms firmly against one another. Take an inhale to squeeze your outer thighs to get some lift through your heart. And exhale, twist to the right. Let yourself keep those hands at heart center and squeeze from the bottom up, allowing yourself to get a little bit deeper in this active variation. You should feel your shoulder blade on that left side activating as you twist to the right. You might even feel it in your side bodies. Take one more breath. I'm shaking a little bit here even. Inhale to lift your hands up above your head. And exhale, draw them back to heart center. Press them against one another like you mean it. Take a big inhale to squeeze bottoms up. And exhale, twist over to the other side. Twisting over to the right now. And cue the right side 2 times. So go to the other side. I'm trying to mirror you guys right now. It gets a little confusing with the camera. So take another inhale to find a little bit more lift. And exhale to find a little bit more twist if available, feeling that back shoulder blade engaged towards your center line. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, start to come forward to your hands and knees, finding your tabletop position. Remove any props that you need to get settled today. And begin to find any natural motions that are coming to you. Maybe it's some hip circles. Maybe it's some shoulder dips. Maybe it's something else. Let yourself feel into this free motion for about 2 more breaths. And settle in if you haven't already on the next exhale. Resting your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips for proper alignment. Curl your toes under and on an inhale, drop your belly gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, uncurl your toes, cat pose, raise your spine up, gaze towards your navel. Inhale to cow pose, curl your toes under to press your belly down and gaze up. Exhale to cat pose, gaze towards your navel, uncurl your toes. Inhale to cow pose, curl your toes, arch your spine, squeeze your shoulder blades, gaze up. Exhale to cat pose, uncurl your toes, press your spine up, gaze turns down. Keep it going. 2 more breaths. Always exhaling to cat. Always inhaling to cow. 1 more. And exhale, cat pose. Stay in that cat pose for a big inhale between your shoulder blades. Puff that space up. And exhale to your neutral tabletop position. Now in this tabletop, we're going to warm our wrists up real quick so that we're prepared for all of the downward facing dogs that we're going to do today. So take that right hand and flip it upside down. So palm's going to be upwards, fingers towards your toes in that tabletop position. Now maybe that feels like a lot for your wrist already. You can always take some pressure off of it by walking your hands towards your knees slightly and adjusting there. If you want a little bit more, alternately, you can find some rocks forwards and backwards to massage out and open up the connective tissue, the fascia on the back sides of the wrist. Take it for 2 more breaths, being very gentle with this delicate part of your body. And then on the next inhale, flip that palm back over, palm against the ground, and find some transitions forwards, backwards here to massage back out into the front side of your wrist. All right, same thing, opposite hand. We're gonna take that left hand and flip it upside down. Palms towards the sky, fingers towards the knee. And once again, find your sweet spot here and rock back and forth. Getting all those feel-good areas and some of those tight areas out of the back of the wrist this morning. For those of you doing the work at home thing, this will be very helpful for your whole day. And allow yourself to flip that palm back over, finding some forwards, backwards motions again. And settle into stillness. Inhale to curl your toes under if they're not already there. And exhale to soar your hips back and up for your first downward facing dog today. Go ahead and walk that dog out, bending one knee and then the other. Letting yourself stretch out each hammy individually here. And let yourself settle into stillness on the next exhale. Inhale to lift that right leg up, 3-legged dog. And exhale, open the hip on top of the other. Maybe you come all the way up onto the toes of that left foot to get a little bit more lift. Maybe you keep your heel more or less planted down, but maybe you find some ankle rolls. Maybe you find some knee circles. Let your body explore what feels good here for about 2 more breaths. And on the next inhale, straighten out your 3-legged dog. Level your hips so that both hip bones are pointing towards the ground, and kick your heel back and out. Now bend that knee, keeping your hips level here. Inhale to your plank pose, and exhale, drop that knee down. Inhale to lift your left leg up, and exhale here. So if your knee is starting to feel a little bit of this on that right knee, you can put your foot down. Just starting to get some activation along that left side. And on the next inhale, open that left hip up towards the sky. Exhale to dial that hip down. Inhale to twist your left hip up, pinky toe turns up towards the sky. Exhale to dial it down. One more inhale to lift that leg up. Exhale to dial it down. Now keeping that foot grounded on the right side, either with your toes tucked or untucked. Inhale to draw your left leg out to the left side. Use your core muscles to get it as far over as you can. And exhale, tap your toes to the ground. Inhale to lift your toes up as high as they go. Exhale to touch them down, just a little core activation to get started. Inhale to lift it up last time. And exhale to drop that foot down. Inhale to lift it up. And exhale to come into your tabletop position. Shake it out. Whew, maybe grab some water. We'll meet with the toes curled under in our tabletop position. And one more breath. On the next exhale, soar your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale to open the hip on top of the other. Find some ankle rolls. Find some knee circles. Find whatever feels naturally good in your body here. Take it for about 2 more breaths. And on the next inhale, straighten out your down dog, level your hips, kick that left foot back. Inhale to bend that knee, come into your plank, and exhale, drop that knee down. Once again, you can have your knee lift or your foot lifted from that knee to start, or you can curl your toes under. On the next inhale, that right foot lifts up, trying to find a straight line from shoulder to heel. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale to open that hip on top, the other, twist your hips towards the right. And exhale to close your hip off. Inhale to open it up. Exhale to close it off. One more inhale, open your hip up. Exhale, close your hip off. Inhale to bring that right foot up as far as you can to the right side fire hydrant. And exhale to tap that foot down. Inhale to lift that foot up as high as it goes. And exhale to drop it down. Inhale to lift your foot up as high as it goes. Exhale, drop it down, last tap down. Inhale to lift it up. Bend your knee, exhale, come into your tabletop. Give your shoulders some love here. Find some rolls, find some forwards, backwards. And let those toes curl back under if they're not. On the next exhale, soar your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your foot between your hands. Make sure you're standing on train tracks, not a tightrope here. Inhale to rise all the way up, crescent lunge. And exhale to cactus, your arms shine your heart. Take a big inhale into your heart space. And exhale from your shoulders. Inhale to reach high. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. So we're going to practice those active twists again. But first, pull that left hip slightly forward. Dial your right hip back and down slightly. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, keep your hands at heart center and twist over towards the right side of your mat. Once again, you'll feel your right shoulder hugging in towards your midline if you're activating through your upper back here, which you should be doing. If you're not activating through your upper back, let yourself press your palms against one another a little bit more and bring your elbows up. Trying to get that activation for 3, 2, 1. Exhale your hands down, level out your spine. Inhale to reach your hands up. And exhale, open to warrior 2. Let your hands come out to about shoulder height here. Take a big inhale to reach out further. And exhale to settle your shoulders down. Big inhale. Exhale to place your palms upwards. Inhale to reverse your warrior with both palms upwards. Little to no weight in that back hand because the back of your hand is down. Take another inhale to reach up through your top ribs. And exhale to warrior 2, palms facing up. Inhale to reach forward. And exhale, extended side angle. You can have that front arm down on that right leg. You can have the top hand reaching up or towards the front of your mat. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale to warrior 2. Big breath in, lift your shoulders up high. And exhale to relax your shoulders down. So, in honor of that part of our body, that core, that solar plexus, we're going to practice some Kundalini breath, some Kundalini motion. We're going to do something called Kapila Bhakti, breath of fire. You can always come out of that front knee when I'm talking. But breath of fire is a quick, except for with the mouth closed usually. My nose is a little clogged today, so if your nose is clogged, you can do it out your mouth. But it's that quick snap with your belly button. So it stokes that internal fire. We're also going to add in some hand twists while we're doing it, trying to match the breath to the hand twists. So bring your gaze back over your front hand. Palms can be turned up or down. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Big breath in. Breathe it halfway out. and then start. And settle it down. Inhale to reach your hands above your head. And exhale to cartwheel down. Frame your front foot. Inhale to plank pose. And exhale to chaturanga. First one of class, take it slow and controlled. Inhale to upward facing dog. Lift your heart, pull your shoulders back. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your hips. Let it go with horse lips if wanted. You can sigh, you can horse lips. You're in your own house, make any crazy sounds you want to make. Take one more breath here. I'm going to switch directions. And exhale to settle in. Inhale your left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee to nose, plant your foot between your hands. Once again, get a nice wide stance for good balance here. Inhale to rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale to open your heart. Big inhale into your heart space. Exhale to soften through your shoulders. Inhale to reach your hands high. Level out your spine. Twist that back hip forward, forward hip back. And draw your hands to heart center. Inhale to find length through your spine. Exhale to twist over to that left side. Once again, keeping hands at heart center, activating through that left shoulder. Take a few deep breaths here. Trying to feel that core engagement, that shoulder engagement. One more breath, y'all got it. Inhale to reach your hands back up to center. And exhale, open to warrior two. Big inhale here. Lift those shoulders. Exhale to settle your shoulders down. Inhale, reach your hands out as far as they can go from one another. And exhale to twist your palms up. Big inhale here. Exhale, surrender into your front knee as you reverse your warrior left hand up. Little to no weight in that right hand as it rests down on the back leg. Big inhale to lift from your ribs upwards. And exhale to warrior two. Inhale to reach forward. And exhale, extended side angle. Let your left arm maybe rest down on the leg. Maybe you keep the core activation by not resting it down. The choice is yours. Take a big inhale here. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale up to warrior two. And exhale, sink in. On this side, we're going to get straight into that Kapala Bhakti. So once again, just that quick snapping breath. For those of you that are musicians, it would be a staccato rather than a legato breath. So take a big breath here. In. Full exhalation. Full inhalation. Exhale halfway. Kapala Bhakti, get the arms twisting. Keep that stomach snapping, keep it going. And inhale to reach your hands up to center. Exhale to cartwheel down, frame your front foot. Inhale to plank. Exhale through your vinyasa, chaturanga. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Let yourself take those hips back and up and walk your dog out here if needed. Take a big inhale and exhale it out. We're going to take it one step further, taking the flow that we did, breath to motion, without the stoking breath. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw knee to nose, plant your foot between your hands. Inhale to lift your hands up. Exhale to cactus out. Inhale to lift your hands high. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior, palms can be turned up. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to reverse warrior, adding on. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale to lift your hands above your head. And exhale here. Big inhale to reach up through your heart space. And exhale to reach forward. Trying to find a straight line from that left hand to the left heel. You should feel some activation along that oblique, that outside core muscle. Try and dial that shoulder back and down. We've been practicing it, so that left shoulder should feel very activated here. Take a big inhale. Exhale to drop your hands down, level out your spine. Inhale to reach your arms back out. And exhale to drop deeper into that front leg. Inhale, come out of it. Exhale, drop deeper. Inhale, come out of it. Exhale, drop as deep as you can go. Reach forward, big inhale. Exhale to cartwheel down, frame your front foot. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale through your vinyasa or skip it, so that's that chaturanga. You can take it from your knees if wanted. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale to downward dog. Beautiful, friends. Inhale that left leg up, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your foot between your hands. Inhale to rise your hands up. Exhale to cactus them. Inhale to raise your hands. And exhale to open warrior two. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale to reach your hands up. Exhale your shoulders down. Big inhale here. Exhale to reach forward. Once again, trying to keep your chest open towards the ceiling and feeling activation along that top shoulder. Feeling activation along that side body here. Take a big inhale. Reach it. Exhale, drop your arms down, come back up to center. Inhale to reach your hands forwards, backwards. And exhale, drop deep into that front knee. Inhale, come out of it. Exhale, drop deep in. Inhale, come out of it. Exhale, drop deep and reach forward. Big breath in. Exhale to cartwheel down. Inhale to plank. Exhale through your vinyasa or skip it. You can always meet down dog here or go through your up dog to down dog. Take a big breath in. Relaxing breath out. One more cycle of breath just like that. Adding on one more time, taking some things out this time. Inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your foot. Feeling that internal fire, inhale, come up. Guiding your practice with it, exhale, open. Warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to reverse warrior. And exhale here. Locate that block or prop that you have and place it just about in the middle front of your mat. Find that reverse warrior again once you arrive with that prop there. Take a big inhale to lift up through your top hand. And exhale to come to your back. Big toe, lift that heel up. Big inhale, straighten out your front leg. Exhale to soar forward for shooting star. Reaching the front arm and back leg far away from one another. And then on the next exhale, drop that right hand down to come into your half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Let yourself open your body up to that left side. Trying to keep that hip open, that's why we were practicing it earlier. Trying to keep that chest open. all over to that left side. And on your next inhale, reach the left arm and leg out as far as they can possibly go. And exhale, draw your left arm to your heart center. Take a big inhale here. Exhale to close your hip off. Right hand can stay down on the block. So we're coming into a warrior 3 variation. Keeping that left hand at heart center, take a big inhale. And exhale. Inhale to come up, standing staff, both hands at heart center. And exhale here. On the next inhale, take that left leg straight out. We're going to hold here with the hands at heart, kicking the heel out, breathing deeply. You're going to start feeling it right in that psoas area, that hip flexor. Let yourself breathe with it. Shakes are acceptable here. As my teacher Eric would say, permission to wobble. Take a big breath in, one of my teachers that is. And exhale to drop that leg down. Woo, shake your legs out, shake your arms out. Let yourself feel free in motion again. All right, inhale, lift the hands up. And exhale to dive forward and down. Go ahead and move that block for now. Inhale, halfway lift, extend through your spine. And exhale to forward bend, find your ragdoll pose. You'll see I bent my knees pretty intensely for ragdoll today. That's so that my whole spine can relax. If you're a straight leg ragdoller, go for it. But I prefer the bent legs here today. Take a couple more breaths here. Letting yourself shake left and right, maybe in a big circle. And beginning to settle back into stillness on the next exhale. Drop those fingertips back down. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale to forward bend, plant your hands, step back to plank through your vinyasa or skip it. That's that chaturanga. Upward to downward. Take a big breath in and let it go. Horse lips, sighs are all acceptable here. You can even find some more walks. We'll take it for about 2 more breaths. Trying to make that tailbone extend back and up as much as available. On the next inhale, lift that left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your foot between your hands. Inhale to rise to the skies. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to raise your hands up. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to reverse. And exhale here. Once again, I'm going to give some time for you to get that prop, whatever it is, to the middle of your space. And we'll meet back in that reverse warrior. Take a big breath in, lift from your ribs, lift from your hand, and exhale to come to that back big toe, lift from your heel. Big inhale, find some length. Exhale to soar off of that back foot, find your shooting star pose. Left hand and right foot reaching far away from each other. And then find your half moon. I need to walk back so I don't hit my head on the railing. So beginning to open up that right hip. Open up the chest on the right side. All towards that right side. Trying to extend out as far as you can through the limbs that are lifted. Take a big inhale to reach out as far as you can from those upper limbs. And exhale to draw that right hand into heart center. Take a big inhale. Exhale to close your hip off. Find that warrior 2 or warrior 3. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Maybe both of your hands come up to heart center. On the next inhale, find your standing staff, lifting that right knee in front of you. Take a big breath in, and exhale to kick that right foot out. Find that nice, sturdy, full expression of standing staff. You'll notice that my foot's not at about a 90-degree angle, a little bit less here. That's because I don't want to be shaking so much that I fall over. Find your happy spot and know that we're going to be here for a few breaths. With the hands on your heart, feeling that life force energy in you once again. Reconnecting to that source power. And on the next exhale, drop that foot down. Shake it all out. Woo. Come back into center. Move that block or prop, whatever you have today, out of your space. Inhale to reach your hands high, mountain pose. Exhale to cactus your arms, shine your heart. Keep your heart lifted and inhale to reach your hands up high. And exhale here. Like you're holding an imaginary ball of energy here. Press your hands against one another to open up the backs of your shoulder blades. If you have an actual block, you may even grab that block on the long side and press your hands against one another to feel that activation on your low back or upper back. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, draw your hands through heart center, with or without the block, and exhale all the way down to the ground. Inhale to halfway lift, extend through your spine. Exhale to forward, then plant your fingertips. Maybe you take a quarter turn to the side to step your feet out. Maybe you don't take a quarter turn to the side. One way or another, those feet are going to step out. Inhale to find a halfway lift, extend through your spine. Keep your legs as they are, and exhale to walk your right hand, or walk your hands towards your right foot. Your left and your right hands are going there. So then once we're over towards that right foot with our legs still in center, hips trying to stay as squared as available, you may find a little bend in one or both of your knees. But on your inhales, reach that left hand out a little bit further towards the right side. And exhales to surrender your heart in, even if it's just millimeter by millimeter. Inhale to reach. Exhale to surrender. Inhale to reach. Exhale to surrender. Inhale to reach. Last time. Exhale to surrender. Inhale, come to center. And exhale, walk towards your left foot. Once again, reaching out as far as wanted with that right hand. And inhale to reach. Exhale to surrender. Inhale to reach. Exhale to surrender. One more inhale, reach. And exhale, surrender. Inhale, come up to center. Halfway lift. Exhale to place your left hand in front of your face here. Inhale to reach your right hand up to the sky. And exhale to press that left hip back and up. Dial your right hip slightly down. Feeling that squeeze in your back body again. We're doing a lot of shoulder strengthening today. Take a big breath in. Exhale to place your right hand down where the left hand is. Inhale to lift your left hand up to where the right hand was. And exhale here, feeling that left shoulder blade squeeze towards your back midline. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. One more breath here. And exhale to drop that top hand down. Find your fingertips against the ground to heel toe your feet in towards the midline slightly, just a little bit wider than hip distance to sit down into your yogic squat. Once again, pressing hands against the heart center. Pressing your hands firmly against one another. And opening up your knees to the side. If you want to, like I am, you can find some little figure eights through your hips. I find that very relaxing. I also have pretty flexible hips. So go to where you feel it most and stay there. We want to ride that edge of sensation. When we know ourselves, with the capital S, when we really know ourselves, every motion that we do is from a place of love. When we don't know ourselves, when we're like, I should be able to do this, and you push yourself and push yourself and push yourself, and that doesn't come from a place of love. So tuning back into our theme of knowing oneself, of being true to oneself. Let your eyes close back down. And take 2 more deep breaths here. Reconnecting with that source energy. Let your hands press down into the ground, fingertips reach towards the ground, or full palms depending on how long your arms are. Keep that left hand grounded and inhale the right hand up, getting that last little side body stretch in here. Take a big inhale to reach over towards the left side as far as you can with the right hand. And exhale to drop that hand back down. Inhale to lift your left hand up, get as big through your left side as you can by reaching to the right. Take 1 more big inhale to open up that side body. And exhale to drop the hand down. Inhale to lift your hips, twist your heels out to arrive. And exhale to surrender into your wide leg forward fold. You can find your peace fingers around your big toes to pull your elbows back and up, allowing your head to traction down a little bit more. I'm a little bit more narrow than I'd normally be here, and I encourage y'all to do that too, so that you can get really deep into your legs that need the stretch. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Let yourself press your hands against the ground just to raise your chest. Come down onto your knees. Whew. We're actually going to find our way past our knees. Let your feet reach out in front of you. I'm just facing this way so y'all can see what I'm doing over here. Feel free to face whatever direction feels best for you. Once we arrive, we're going to bend the right knee. Begin to hug that right heel in towards that right hip so that both arms can be on the right or the inside of the right knee. Inhale to reach your hands up high. And exhale to start to reach towards the left foot. Maybe you reach the foot, maybe you reach the ankle, maybe you reach the calf. Wherever you are, keep the chest lifted and active, pointing upwards. Maybe you can reach your foot pretty easily. Maybe you want to go for the full variation. If so, reach your right arm around your right leg that's bent. And then begin to reach your left arm around back to receive that right hand. Marichi's pose. Let yourself keep that chest lifted no matter where you are in this pose, whether it's the full variation with your arms bound behind you or with your hands reaching towards your foot. 1 more breath here in this hip opener. And come back up. Roll out those shoulders at the top. So take a moment to place your hands behind you, fingertips towards your hips, and crisscross that right leg over the top of the left leg. Let your knee fall over to the side. Foot is open towards the right or the left side of your mat. And then go ahead and bend that right leg or left leg. You'll notice I'm not in a 90-degree angle here too. Find a position that works well for you. And maybe this already feels like quite enough on your hip. If so, stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper though, walk your hands in towards your hips a little bit more. And then lift your hips forward and up to press your knee forward and down. Allow yourself to open up into the hip, however feels best for you here. Take about 2 more breaths in whatever variation you chose. And then drop your hips back down. Keep your knee bent and begin to lower all the way down onto your back. Let your arms tee out when you reach to your back. And begin to find some windshield wipers here. If it's kind of hard, you can always walk that left foot in towards your hips a little bit more to find those windshield wipers. And then on your next exhale, let both of your legs come over to the left side, gaze over in the right direction, and allow yourself to sink in to your twist. Taking the breath nice and easy, actively pressing through that right foot. Allowing yourself to get a hip and low back opener by pressing into that foot. For 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come back up to center and uncurl your legs. Yogi's choice of how you get back up. I'm going to do the zombie arms to rise up using my core. And we're going to meet back in that seat. With the legs extended out. This time we're going to pull that left leg in towards the outer hip. You remember it's from the other side so that both arms can come to the inside of that left leg. Activate through your right foot. Inhale to reach your hands up. And exhale to reach forward. Maybe you reach your foot, maybe you reach your ankle, maybe you reach your calf. Whatever works for you here, just making sure that both shoulders are on the inside of that left knee. Once again, you may stay here reaching forwards and up through your heart, and also simultaneously towards your foot to get a length through your spine. Or you may begin to wrap that left arm around and back that left leg, and the right arm to receive the left hand. From this position, you can kind of see a little bit better that my fingers are interlaced behind my back. Let yourself keep the lift through your heart, no matter where you are. Take a big breath in. And exhale to slowly release back to neutral. Let yourself crisscross your ankle over the top of your extended leg, that right leg, and drop your knee off to the left side. Bend that right knee. And once again, you may stay here. Just pressing through the strength of that left leg to open up the outer left hip. Maybe you need to go a little bit deeper and you lift those hips off the ground to find that press a little bit more. You'll notice that that left hip may dip down. Try and keep it level. You'll get a little bit better of a stretch if you're able to keep that hip level. So whether your hips are grounded or lifted here, take it for 2 more breaths. And then slowly drop your hips back down. Oh, keep your leg bent and come all the way down to the ground. Let your arms tee out and begin to find those windshield wipers once again. Let yourself drip those legs left and right until eventually they land over on the right side with that left knee still up towards the sky and pressing towards the front of your mat. Your gaze can come over the left arm to get the full twist through your whole spine. Taking a few deep breaths here to feel this all the way in that outer hip towards your IT band, up into your low back, maybe into your mid back. Let your body feel this wherever it's experiencing sensation. Take it for 2 more breaths. And on the inhale, unroll your legs, unravel. Keep your knees bent though, and tee your arms back out to find some windshield wipers here. Let yourself yourself hug your knees in. Give yourself a well-deserved hug and find some circles through your spine. Moving those knees in a circular direction, going one way, clockwise or counterclock. And then go in the opposite direction, level everything out. Get your low back nice and happy again. And then begin to hug corresponding knees into their armpits. So left knee to left armpit, right knee to right armpit. Feet are active here. Let yourself either stay here for a happy baby variation or take the full happy baby, bringing your hands to outer sides of those feet. And letting your shoulders pull back and down to activate through your upper chest. Activate through your shoulders and ultimately get a little deeper in this pose. Maybe you find rocks left and right like I am. Maybe you find stillness is more calming and centering to you. Let yourself explore with whatever you need. Let yourself bring your knees in towards your chest once again. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then bring your chin in towards your knees, your forehead towards your legs. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes. Hug everything in. Really get tense here. Take a big inhale, pull it all inwards. And exhale, open up to your final Shavasana, resting everything down to the floor. Let your eyes close as you take up space. Allow your breath to settle back down. I won't be doing a full Shavasana time with you guys because no one wants to see me lay here on the ground. And because Shavasana is a time for turning inward. Nothing that I can say will enhance your experience much more than just a gentle reminder to come back into realization with that sense of self, or of that sense of self within. That feeling of being fully embodied, that feeling of confidence without cockiness, the sensation of being right and understanding at the same time. Allow yourself to drop into the position of the observer during this time and notice any balances and imbalances within these themes of being centered, strong, and grounded in your true power of self. Continue paying attention to your breath, and perhaps feeling, seeing, or sensing that power behind your belly button for the rest of this time in Shavasana. Feel free to pause me here if you'd like to stay longer. If you're ready to move on with your day, begin to breathe with intention once again, bringing in that life force energy through your body. And on the exhale, spreading it out through your body, beginning to move from your core, those areas that actually breathe, your lungs and your belly, to your hips and your shoulders, feeling those spirals of winds through your arms and your legs, reawakening all of the tissues, all the muscles, all the way out to the tips of your fingers and toes. And when you feel the sensation of awakening in your fingers and toes, take a big inhale to send it up to your brain for new energy, inspiring thoughts throughout your day. Begin to find those small waking motions as you feel ready through your fingers and toes. Wrists and ankles begin to reawaken. Knees and elbows begin to come back to life. And then finally, when you feel ready, finding a big full body stretch, reaching your hands and feet far away from one another. Take a big inhale to reach out a little bit further. And exhale to hug your knees back in towards your chest. Let yourself gently rock over to one side in a fetal position, resting your head on your arm or hand. And taking a moment here to make a promise to yourself, to make a vow, to take something off of your mat with you today. Start the day light and bright. When you feel ready, when you have set in on something to bring with you from your practice off of this space, begin to press in to the ground with one and then both hands to rise up to a comfortable seat. With hands at heart where we'll meet. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, for practicing with me, for inviting me into your homes. The peace, light, love, student, and teacher that shines within me, shines within you too. I honor that connection wholeheartedly with a very humble and grateful Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. This video, it will be shared on the Full Circle Yoga community page, as well as my YouTube page. If you do take this class off the Full Circle page, I highly encourage you to keep your membership with Full Circle. Despite this, we are offering a lot of online offerings at this time. If you have taken this from my page and feel inclined to keep these videos coming out, feel free to send me a payment for this class. I'm calling them donations. Anywhere between $1 and $20 to my Venmo or PayPal. That'll help the blood keep flowing through these classes. So thank you all so much for being here, and keep your eyes and ears peeled for a workshop announcement coming up in the very near future. Thanks, y'all. See you soon. Happy Tuesday.